Welcome to this series where we are playing the Polestar expedition for No Man's Sky. This was released in July 2022 if you're watching this in the future. And I want to start with an apology in the sense that I haven't produced much content for the last couple of days. There's certainly been a big break in this series, and the reason for that is a couple of days I woke up and I felt like I'd been in a fight. Every bone in my body ached, and I went for my test and luckily that came back negative, but it seems I'm currently experiencing the effects of summer flu. I'll be completely upfront, I'm not completely 100%. It's the main reason I'm making this video at the moment is due to the wonders of modern medicine and a lot of support from my wife. And in that vein, I'd like to say a big thank you for all you guys who put messages of support in my comment I posted. It's very much appreciated. And I'll be completely honest, I haven't had a summer flu for a very long time, and it's nasty is probably the best way of saying it, because when you're running a temperature and you're already in very hot temperatures, it's just unpleasant. Anyway, that aside, I'm going to start with a bit of an update, because what I have done off camera to try and get through some of the grindier elements through some of the grindier elements of this expedition. I've been playing a little bits off camera. And just to give you an update, just full update, we got phase 1 is complete, phase 2 is complete. Phase 3, you can see I've actually completed Galactic Defender. This is where you've got to kill 16 pirates. Now, I thought this would be pretty straightforward, to be honest. Because I thought what I had to do was find a couple of missions on a space station and maybe one in the anomaly. And it turned into be a real pain in the neck, simply because I checked all the space stations and not one of them had a kill pirate mission. And then I started calling in the anomaly, and I had to quite literally keep going out, reloading, coming back in. So I finally got an anomaly mission, and I think it took me 3 missions to actually complete this. And of course, the downside is that when you get into an anomaly mission, you normally kill 5 or 6 pirates at any one time. So of course, because I was fighting that mission, I actually completed this accomplishment. You can see, so we're now a Galactic Defender, and if we get some Starship Weaponry Blueprint, Salvage Fleet Beacon ×3, so we're just going to collect this reward and see what we get. So we got a whole load of technologies for the actual starship. Not that I really need them. Ow, wait, you're going to stop. And we've actually got a Salvage Fleet Beacon ×2. So you're not too sure what a salvage. So we got here deployable freighter upgrades. Salvage from there can be redeployed into your own capital vessel to improve the speed of your fleet. Okay, not that I really need it, but we'll give it a go. It doesn't seem to manage with that. It says expedition for speed. Oh, that's pretty cool. And put these in. This is just seems to be another. So this actually combines together. So that gives me 30% extra expedition speed. Not that I will need it. For a reason which I'll explain in a little while. Wow. So that's a cumulative. That gives me 45% fleet speed, expedition speed. Now the reason I don't need it is the fact that I was also doing the expeditions off camera. You can see I've got a couple of expeditions to collect, and if I come to this one, you can this one. This is the fleet expansion. Sorry guys, yeah, we got to do this called by the stars, which means I've got one more fleet expedition to do. Now before I actually complete the mission, I'll complete the mission and I'll explain how I managed to get these done relatively quickly. So just download the log, and this was where the surprise was, is that this one actually went a lot quicker than I thought it would. So in theory that should, we got a dream aerial subconscious access device, a signal receiver amplifier tuned to the wavelength of unconscious mind in every color. Carry the incinerator into deep space. You may attract a cosmic megafauna. So this looks very much like this is a variation of. Yes, we completed this. Can't remember. I can't remember what it was. Let me just. Do we have to build this? Yeah, we have to build this. This is very much. I can't remember. Was it the whistle at the end of the Leviathan update? And I think it was Snafu who posted a comment, said that they were able to use that to attract a cosmic ship. So obviously that there, the one I had was different from the one he used. That's pretty awesome. And of course, there's another mission there. Now, just to explain, oops, how I actually did those missions. If I go back to here, what I did was when I was selecting missions, it probably won't do it now. I deliberately selected the missions with the shortest distance, like these ones here. And you can see that these have 3 hours 19 minutes, 5 hours 3 minutes, 4 hours 57. Now this time isn't game time, it's actually real time. So what I was actually doing, mainly because I didn't feel particularly that brilliant anyway, is that I was coming in, kicking these missions off, then going off, then logging back out again, and just, well, doing virtually nothing except feeling sorry for myself. And then 3 or 4 hours later, I was just coming back in and doing those missions, and that seemed to get through these very, very quickly. Anyway, that out of the way, we got some frigate fuel minute, so we're just going to claim this, called by the stars. And we've got frigate fuel, mineral compressor, explosive drones. These are all items which, if I show you in here, these are all items which you can use to enhance your missions. What we'll do is I think I can shove those in the storage. Let's put these in the storage container. What's this? Embryo begins biogenesis. So this is a way to get a sentient starship. And we got 10 granite as well, which we could sell. Anything else? I think we're going to be okay, because what I would like to do in this actual video is actually finish off the entire expedition for 2 reasons. One, that I'd like to get it out of the way, and I feel that we're close enough now to possibly finish this in 1 video. And the other reason is that I've got some ideas for some new content, and so I want to kind of get this mission out of the way. And one of the ideas is a permadeath series for anyone who follows No Man's Sky. So we've now completed phase 1, phase 2. We've got all of them there. We've now completed this one here. So we've got flaming barrel plans, display unit, and we've now completed phase well, it says phase 4 here. Now phase 5 is the one that we want to work on. The mission control expand your fleet is something I was just doing. I didn't realize that it was just 8. I thought, for some reason, I thought it was 10 ships. So I actually bought this one, and that completed this one. So we've now got salvage fleet fuel units, salvage fleet trade units, salvage fleet mining unit. We've got abandoned tendril ×1. What are these? Deployable freighter upgrade. Okay, what's this then? Wow. What does this do? Expedition efficiency. These all seem to be related to expeditions. I'm hoping, I mean, it'd be really great if these were in the actual real game, or the normal game. It's probably. And I think I'm going to need to make a little bit of space now. So I've got abandoned tendril. And if you look up the top here, you'll see that I've got close to nearly 9 million. And the reason for that is that I think so. Move technology. And the reason for that is simply all the expeditions that I've been doing. Got to remember, where is I think my trade station is up in this corner. So we're just going to sell some stuff. We'll sell the abandoned tendril, get some space, sell the keen effigies. I think I can sell the gold, sell the granite, and that should, well, just flip through, just make sure. Don't want to sell the freighter stuff. Antimatter. Okay, we're good. I think this game's going to need signs, or especially for me, find my way around the base. Because I'm getting very good at getting lost in my own base here. And what we're going to do now is go on to get to the next rendezvous. And you can see we're very close to the last rendezvous, because what I was doing was moving down in the different space stations to try and get those pirate mission done. And here we are. We're on the final one. So what we need to do is, we'll go and talk. We should see if we can talk to the admiral. Although I should be the admiral. And we'll just get this here. Stands for there. Access ship's logs. Data stamp arrived in the Karish system. So we still sail on, still we search with the infinity of words, but there is only one home. We were scattered, but we were not destroyed. The others are out there somewhere. Each warp, each scan, each signal analysed. The odds are low, but they're not zero. There we are. We've now completed this step. We got a Homeworld Repeater. What on earth is the Homeworld Repeater? Antimatter, salvageable hyperdrive upgrade. So, what have we got? Deployable freighter upgrade. Gonna run out of space here. What's this done? This gives us distance when we no longer need it. Homeworld Repeater. Makeshift device coupled with salvaged electronic components kept up in deep space for many years. Jumble Wires will attempt to make contact with the last known remnants of the freighter Homeworld. Okay. Do we need that? Well, we're going to go to the rendezvous first. And I'm assuming that we need this. That's what we just got to do this. But we're going to do the rendezvous first. So we're going to need to get into the teleporter. Where's my ship? I'm so used to the ship always being in this position that for some reason the ship's moved over to here, and it's a little bit annoying. Right, it's just there. Rendezvous 5, away we go. So here we are, we're coming down. This is actually a desert planet, but I'm starting to think that we are coming down on area here. I'm absolutely certain I saw the... Okay, land and make search. Wait. Oh, that's a bit laggy actually. I'm not actually sure what's causing this. I'm guessing that we're going over there. Got loads of oxygen just to show you guys the multi-tool. Look at this. And whoops. And just to show you, you can see what I've done is I've collected lots of upgrades, and a lot of these were free. So we've got to go 331 that way. Probably should cut the distance down a little bit by running along the coast here a little bit first, and then we can I mean, I've got loads of oxygen. So here we are, we're just coming up on the freighter, finalizing signal. That means we can scan the fishies. I don't think we've actually got to the There's the rendezvous point, is just over there. Just tap on the old jolly old jetpack. Well, we've reached the final rendezvous. I'm just curious to see whether we get. No, it's still barely buried. There's one just here. We might be able to. Oh. One edge that I needed was actually hidden. Got no cobalt. Okay. Oh well, that's the way it goes. And what we're going to do now is just get back to the starship. Right, we're above water again. The ship's just over there. Let's just top up the. I'll just use one of these. Of course, we can claim the reward. We got 3,333 nanite salvage frigate module, 2 multi-tool expansion slots. Oh, we got ship upgrade as well, or suit upgrade actually. Just looking. I think maybe if we put a couple of those in there. Right, we've got a firestorm coming in. Get back close to the ship. Comes the storm. Up into the ship. Just want to. We got star shields. Right, we got expansion slot for a multi-tool cargo bulkhead. So we've now. Can I use this? This makeshift device. Let me just check. So we've now got to do the deep sleep cruise. Make contact with the Singularity engine. That's. So let's go to the log. Crew that has assembled a makeshift broadcaster cobbled together with salvage electronic components, kept in deep space for many years. This jumbles the wires and attempts. I think before we zap it, I'm just going to take off and we're going to get up into space because they're talking about a singularity drive. So I just get this feeling that we should be near the freighter to do this. I know some of you may say, well, you could do it, but I just feel maybe we should be near the capital vessel. So we could probably just do it here. So let me just come in here. Freighter broadcast. Okay, activate the pulse drive. And I was right. We got scanning wavelengths traces. Okay, what on earth is this? Life raft. Okay, we've made contact with a life raft and looks like I'm just about to bump into it. Signal has led me to this huge ship, an interstellar life raft drifting slowly away from whatever cataclysm consumed the home. Attempt contact. There is no reply. I cycle across the channel searching for some sign of life. Eventually there's a signal in the static. Gravity divided us. The gravity will reunite us. There is a path. The message repeats, looping mindlessly. This is the final broadcast. Alongside the worlds, the message appears to contain plans of some sort of technology. Salvage plans. I do not know what the fate befalls this life raft, but how long and how far has made it, wherever this device is, it was their torch, their beacon, their thing that kept them going. I'm not sure what to tell the crew. Right, so we've completed the milestone. And we've got... I'm just going to claim that reward. There's expedition cruise. So we got to make a warp hypercore and crystal sulfide. What was the planet we were just coming from? The water planet. So I've got a horrible feeling it was a desert planet here, because I don't think I've got hyperdrive, we need a storm crystal. So we're gonna have to find a storm crystal, and don't think I've got any crystal sulfide. This game is, because I think I sold it. Right, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to go back to this planet, and we're gonna have to see if we can find some crystal sulfide. Right, I don't really want to go too close to that freighter. I think we're just going to go up because I didn't see any crystal sulfide or anything there. So if we just come up to about here. We got to install. In the freighter we got to install it. We actually got to install it in the freighter, so we need 3 crystal sulfide. We need cobalt as well. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to fly around, swim around under here and see if I can find the crystal sulfide. Right, I think I found the crystal sulfide. We'll just get down to here. One of these should be enough because each one of these has 3 on it. Wait for it to explode because I've got a bit close. Don't want to take the heat damage. Haha. Got you, yep. So here we are, we're back on the surface. Ooh. And I think probably the easiest way to do this would be to install. The next thing I want is cobalt. I thought I had some cobalt. No. So what I'm going to have to do now, guys, is have to wander around the surface here and try and find some cobalt. Actually, we could probably buy it. Might be easier. Okay, guys, I've been wandering around here for a little while and I can't even seem to find any caves. So what I'm going to do is get back to the ship and we're going to see if we can trade for some cobalt. Which means I'm going to have to get back to the trading station. I think that might be... Just find a storm crystal. Yes, I know I can look for a storm crystal. So let me just get back to the ship. So there's a mobile pineapple there. We're just getting him. Okay, guys, welcome to the space station. We're just going to go and see if we can buy some cobalt. This is where they won't sell it to me, but yep, we got 873 cobalt. Huh. And what we should be able to do is feed that straight into my refiner. That will give me 436 ionized cobalt, which should be more than enough to. Oops, which should be more than enough to. We need 120. What we got to do now is actually make a what we call it. We got to make a warp hypercore, right? Isn't it? Yep. So what we need now is the storm crystal. Now, as far as I know, you can't buy those. What we'll have to do is just go looking for what we actually need is a planet that might be a little bit kind of rough. Trying to see if I can spot something that's ancient bones, overgrown planet. So we're just going to look around and try and find that desert planet. That's Forsaken planet. And of course, probably the one planet I want probably won't be. I won't be able to find it. So here we are. We're on the moon. We're in the middle of a scalding rainstorm, but that's not a problem because what I want to do is to try and get storm crystal. Is we're going to scan that beetle guy there first, and the other thing we're going to do is just start collecting dihydrogen crystals, because if we can get the what we're looking for is crystal fragments. If we can get some of those, there's a chance that we might get a storm crystal in the middle of it. And in preparation for doing this, I've actually expanded my inventory a little bit so that we got the extra storage. Of course, we can still scan the creatures. So what we're going to do is just have a wander across here, and we'll just pick up a certain amount of dihydrogen, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, I've been going so long. We got 2 crystal fragments here. And we finally got a storm crystal. It's taken a little while to do it, but we got there in the end. You can just give you an idea. I find 673 dihydrogen to do it, and we've had to kill a few creatures. But what we now got is we've now got the ability to make that, and then we can then go to the Singularity engine, make that. So we've now got the item. So that took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to do. There's a few creatures here that don't like me, and what we're going to do is just summon in the ship, and I'm assuming that we're going to have to get back to the freighter. Let me just see. 5. Install the Singularity engine. So we're just going to get up into space. So we're up in space. Let me just summon in the freighter. I'm assuming that I've got to be on the freighter to do this final step. What I've got to do now is get some nice cobalt. I'm pretty sure I've got some ionized cobalt. Yep, there we are. And we'll just get up onto the bridge of our ship to do that. We're on the bridge of our ship, and here we go. All the Singularity engine is complete. Activate the Singularity engine. It says speak to the freighter's commander to engage. Okay. Obviously, it's not part of the overall system. We need to talk to the freighter. I must admit, I'm starting to run out of steam now, so hopefully this will be the end. Away we go. Wow, that's pretty awesome. What's that coming into view? You've traveled 3,169 light years. Wow. Black hole successfully distance traveled. Superluminal. Okay, so it looks like we've now finished the final phase. Now, one thing I would like to say before we move on and look at the rewards is I hope the Singularity engine is a portent for a future update, because it'd be brilliant if Hello Games added this to the game and freighters were able to use that to make warp long distance jumps via black holes, because I think that would certainly change the game considerably. Anyway, let's just go into here. We can claim this. We got chromatic warp shielding plans, temporal warp computer plans, salvaged hyperdrive. Not exactly sure what those are. We got hyperdrive upgrade, temporal warp computer upgrades the hyperdrive's computational matrix, preventing temporal anomalies attempted to reach rare blue stellar bodies. So what this is actually doing is light speed warp drive, but allows us to attain warp speed and jump between neighboring systems. Okay. So we got a whole load of stuff that's come in here. We got salvaged hyperdrive technology recorded. So basically what we've just got is probably the ability to install a hyperdrive now. So if you're going to continue playing, it means that your ship, you can now use your normal ship to travel on warp drive. Anyway, so what we're going to do is just claim the final reward. We got the title, the Seeker Polestar Expedition decal, Polestar Expedition. So we've now completed our final reward. And you can see we've now completed all 5. Just want to run through, make sure I've got everything. I'm not exactly functioning on 100% at the moment. And there's just the one hospitality. And I'd like to say a big shout out to the person who offered me to come and visit their freighter base to be able to complete this. But to be honest, I just want to get this out of the way, and I'm rapidly fading away at the moment. So that is it. That is the end. You have earned the expedition accomplishments. So that is it, guys. That is the Polestar expedition for No Man's Sky. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed this series and found it interesting. And what I will say is that sometime in the near future, I will be starting a permadev series. And hopefully Hello Games are going to integrate some of these new technologies into the game so that we can enjoy some of these new features that this expedition has shown related to freighters. I'd certainly would like the ability to somehow find and build the Singularity drive. In fact, it would be really brilliant if that was associated with an in-game mission rather than just going to the anomaly and purchasing it. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.